Switch to your foundation. You've established a second chance center through your foundation, which helps prisoners transition back into society after they're released. I mean, this is incredible. We know that oftentimes after people are released, they sometimes return back to prison because they have a hard time finding job or work. What inspired you to start this center?
Well, after spending time in the prisons and seeing so many broken men and starting to understand the depth of our fatherlessness crisis, we work with youth, and many youth across America have parents in prison. Many youth in America don't have father figures, over 18.6 million. And so you see all that culminate into the devastating result inside the prison, because you see so many prisoners that are locked up that never had that father figure, that never had the word of God preached over them in accountability and folks that they could look up to. And that's sad. And I think, what's important now is for us to realize that we have a crisis on our hand. In the civil rights issues that Dr. Martin Luther King marched about were jobs and freedom. And today those civil rights issues have changed. Today our civil rights issues start in our homes with our families, in the point that African Americans, unfortunately, over 70% were born without a father in the house. We have a culture that promotes, baby mamas and not having wed parents, and those are crises that even I had to deal with. Having a kid without being married and thinking I was cool because the music I was putting in my ear made it sound cool. Those things need to change. We need to get back to real family, faith-based families. We need to get prayer back in our schools and really live out the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King.
What is the response from the prisoners to your program? Have you seen a success rate so far?
It's joyous. I tell you, I even have one of them that I met in prison lives with me now, runs all my programs. I have several men that we call ourselves the second chance disciples. We go around and we preach the gospel in the streets. We give food away. We clothe folks when it gets a little cold outside. We have over 5,000 toys that we pass out to other inmates so that they can give their kids a toy to break those gaps between fatherlessness. And so we're out trying to serve our community. And I say they're my brothers. I look at them as equal. And I have some men that have been in prison for very violent crimes that have all redeemed themselves. And they stay in our residential center. They take our faith-based programs, and they really have changed their lives. And during a time when we have, hiring crisis, in unemployment crisis where folks want to hire people, we need to start giving these former inmates a second chance. And we need to show the love of Christ in doing that.
I love that you're giving these men a second chance. Thank you for sharing part of this story with us this evening. And thanks for being with us, Jack. Good to see you.
God bless. Thanks again for having me.